So at the Illinois State House, we're in the season of people filing tons of bills. There have been 4,000 plus bills filed. You've got the Illinois House has a deadline of this Friday to file legislation. The Senate's already had their deadline, but there are thousands upon thousands of bills that are filed. And some of them might be kind of tongue-in-cheek. One of them deals with firearms, and this one coming from State Senator Neil Anderson. We'll have to talk to him about this. But the synopsis is, it amends the General Assembly Operations Act, provides that any member of the General Assembly who wishes to introduce a bill pertaining to a firearm must be able to prove that he or she has completed firearm training requirements under the Firearm Concealed Carry Act, range safety officer training, and a basic knowledge test of calibers and gauges of firearms. I doubt that bill will advance. But there's another piece of legislation out there that is called the If It's Such a Good Idea, Let's Start With You Act. This is coming from State Senator Chapin Rose, and I chatted with him on Friday about this. Here's what he said is the crux of the legislation he filed when it comes to energy policies in the state of Illinois.
Yeah, well, this is the If This Is Such a Good Idea, We Start With You Act. And look, this is political sarcasm. It's designed to illustrate in a humorous way the hypocrisy of the progressive left out of Chicago and Cook County. At the last session, they brought us a bill to overrule the ability of local county boards to site windmills in downstate Illinois, basically saying that you can put a windmill up less than a tenth of a block, or city block, basically from your own home property line in downstate Illinois, but yet they don't want them in Chicago. So, I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy here that while they're taking away our rights to determine when and where a windmill or wind generation would go as part of an energy generation to keep them away from people's, homes, these folks up in Chicago don't want them there either. So, it is a part of a, like I said, kind of a political sarcasm here. I'm simply pointing out, why not, if you're going to put them in our backyard, why don't you put them in Millennial Park? Fill it up, put the whole park up with solar, put a windmill on top of that goofy looking bean statue they got in Millennium Park. Look, I don't intend this bill to go anywhere. I'm realistic on that, but I do want to accentuate frankly, in a humorous way, in a sarcastic way, the hypocrisy of these people to take away our local control to determine when and where to put windmills in downstate Illinois, so they literally aren't up on your backyard, towering over your home. Like I said, in some cases, less than about a tenth of a mile, city block, right? And these guys up in Chicago won't do the same thing in their area. Well, come on. Let's treat everybody the same, and no matter where you live, and let's stop with this, what I frankly is turning into, I believe, in the form of environmental colonialism. I mean, they're dumping their pollution in downstate Illinois. They're dumping their so-called solutions to their pollution onto us in the form of this, wind and solar generation. And at the end of the day, they're taking away our rights to self-govern through our locally elected county boards. Look, I don't pretend to know what's in the best interest of, my constituents in terms of how this gets cited. That's why we have county boards, so they can have hearings. In fact.
So again, that's State Senator Chapin Rose, and just some of the conversation I had with him about the act he filed. He called environmental colonialism and political sarcasm.
The Fly SPI Studios. Take the easy way out. WMAY FM, Taylorville, Springfield's News and Talk is 92.7 WMAY.
From ABC News, I'm Derek Dennis. Yet another mass shooting in America. The campus at Michigan State University grieving and traumatized.
I mean, the fact that this has been going on for 3 hours now, and I have to constantly call my